Hey, Xander, I don't know if you can hear me, but I can't hear you. So, yeah, don't have your. Let me try to get back on. I'll be right back.
All right, you guys should have me now. My mic was not working. I don't know what's going on. Sorry, everybody. I didn't have a mic volume the entire time on the sound. Sorry about that, everybody. Birds have the lead right now on the halftime show. So got completely thrown off there with the mics no good. John thought I couldn't hear him. Anyway, Birds at the lead, 13-7, looking pretty good. I think from a game plan standpoint, the Birds have done a good job. They came out, started a little slow with the defense. But now that they've gotten a couple stops, it's looked pretty good for the Philadelphia Eagles. Jalen Hurts 11 of 15 for 101 and a touchdown, 113 rating. Saquon Barkley running all over this team already. 13 carries for 73 yards. A.J. Brown, 4 catches for 69 yards. So when you look at this game coming in, you look for, Jalen, A.J., and Saquon, and all of them are started. Let me get John McMullen in now. John, you got me now, brother. That was my fault. I was muted.
Sorry. All right. Yeah, I got you now. Yeah, I thought things went very well. A little bit kind of what I expected from the standpoint of it's what Vic usually does to Sean McVay. Couple things schemed up early, then the shutdown comes and it gets very repetitive. And Vic seems to be able to teach his defenses to handle it pretty well. I think the Rams had negative yardage in that second quarter. So really, it should be worse than it is for the Rams. The couple early red zone trips, the Eagles made some poor mistakes. Illegal man, you think about that second drive, illegal man downfield, illegal motion offside, which really when they were in the red zone. So that limited them there. But overall, it looks like the Eagles are starting to impose their will. They haven't given up a third down conversion, 40 offensive plays to 24 for the Rams. It's a little bit too close for comfort right now because, crazy bounce of the football. You never know what happens. But right now, it doesn't look like the Rams have much to lean on. And the formula we talked about on the pregame, Saquon running the football with AJ, not much going in the pass game other than AJ, but AJ's dominating in the pass game. So, this is one that's gone pretty much exactly the way we talked it was probably going to go.
Yeah, good stuff so far for the Birds. John, what do you make of the defense? Kind of as we predicted on Birds 365. They might start quick, the Rams. Vic has made his adjustments, and he's been shutting them out ever since. Rams only have 7 points on the board, and they did force the turnover on the opening drive.
Yeah, it didn't look great on the first two drives, as you mentioned. They did get the turnover, so that eliminated some of the impact of the first drive. They also didn't stop them on the second drive. But from that point forward, it's been lights out for the defense, and that's sort of at what, as I said, has been Vic Fangio's history against Sean McVay. Um, and that's what the Rams are going to do. They're going to continue to play how they play. So I think that shapes up very well for the Eagles defense, who seems to finally have a beat on it. And you saw how poorly the Rams struggled offensively in that second quarter. Once you kind of figure out what they're trying to do, it becomes a little easier. It seems like the Eagles have certainly done that. For all the Nick Sirianni people, you should pile on him for that end of the half. I didn't think that was great by any stretch of the imagination. Didn't hurt the Eagles, but
what were they trying to do there, John? I don't understand what they were trying to do.
Well, after the Nakobe Dean sack, you should call timeout.
Right,
Number one, you waste 30 seconds, then you're back into it. Now, the quarterback runs have been evidently they saw something in the film that think they could hit these quarterback runs, and Jalen's been okay running the football, but some of those design runs and you got 7 seconds. Now, luckily, Josh Sweat immediately comes in to get the sack, but you got a Hail Mary situation. You're giving up 2 seconds at a Hail Mary because you don't run out the last 7 seconds on the clock. You either got to do one of two things there: either run around a little bit if you're Jalen Hurts and take your own Hail Mary, but you got to make sure that time runs off the clock. Now, obviously, it didn't hurt the Eagles, but the bigger part to me was after Nakobe Dean's sack, which was a second down play, then it's 3rd and 13. The Rams gave it up. You wasted 30-something seconds. Maybe you can go about it differently offensively. So that was pretty egregious. That and again, on that second trip into the red zone, you had an illegal man downfield penalty on Landon Dickerson. You had an offside on Jahan Dotson, and he had an illegal motion on Dallas Goedert. And by the way, all of them were legit. So I don't want to hear about the officials suck. All of them were legit. So that's just sloppy play by the Eagles. And they should be ahead by more than 13-7.
They should. What's your take on Jalen Hurts' game so far, John?
Same Jalen Hurts we've seen very impactful when he's extending the play a couple times, getting those first downs that sort of are backbreakers when you think you have things stopped, holding on to the football a little bit too much. These long developing patterns, I joked on X, I'm like, everybody should have somebody who loves them like the Eagles love these long developing route concepts. I mean, they're always looking for stuff down the field on 3rd and 6. It's like run a slant, run it out to AJ Brown. They can't cover AJ. Get the first down, then worry about the splash play.
I don't know why they won't just give him a 6-yard route or something. Get him in, get him out. I don't understand why they don't do it. All right, Johnny Mac, 13-7. How do you think this thing goes in the second half here? Birds have a chance to take a 2-score lead. They get the ball.
Yeah, I think once they get the 2-score lead, it's pretty much just a slow march to the finish line. The Rams don't have much left. You can see, as I mentioned, the play differential, 40-24 in the first half. That they're starting to wear down that defense. Saquon's usually at about 4.5 yards a carry in the first half. He's at 5.6, so that does not bode well. That typically goes up to 7 to 7 range in the second half. So, yeah, I think they're going to be able to close out this game, maybe even a little bit more easily than I expected.
Yeah, good stuff, Johnny Mac. We'll talk to you on the post-game show coming up, man. Thank you.
All right, man.
Thanks. Good stuff there from John McMullen joining in on the halftime show. And I apologize to everybody for the microphones. That was on your boy Big Z, and I did not have the chat pulled up. I had about 1,000 chats that came in. You're muted, dumbass. That's my mistake. I don't know what's going on with this mic. Thing's not working. I'll get it fixed up. By the way, I don't agree with all the people who were shitting on the Eagles in this first half. I thought it was a pretty good first half. I mean, Hurts is 11 of 15 for 101 and a touchdown. Is there some plays that you'd like to see different? There's always going to be. I don't know why we microscope on Jalen with that. Did you guys watch football all day today? There was about 100 plays across 10 different games where I would have said something different about what the quarterback should have done or what the play caller should have done. Hurts is having a good game right now. I think the whole offense is, and so far it's been the plan. Saquon's involved, AJ's involved, and Jalen is playing efficient football with no turnovers. I mean, he got 1 sack. Hey, what are we doing here? We're going to crush the guy. He got 1 sack. I mean, quarterbacks take sacks in the league. It's the NFL, everybody. That's what happens. By the way, I meant to ask John about this, but I'll talk about it in the postgame show. Have you ever seen Jordan Mailata get crushed like he did by Jared Verse? I have never. I don't think I saw that when Jordan Mailata first came into the league as a rugby player. I don't think I've ever seen Jordan Mailata, all 6'8" of them, get completely blown off the ball like he did right there. He got annihilated. I've never seen anything like that with Jordan Mailata. That Jared Verse dude, that dude can play, man. That guy deserves some credit. That's a rookie going up against a big boy right there, putting him on his ass. But, so far so good. The defense totally flipped it around. I was a little concerned because, I know we got the fumble, but this thing was close to starting 14-3 Rams. They came right down on the second drive and scored, and they were going right down on the first drive and were about to score. The Kyron Williams fumble, obviously forced by Isaiah Rodgers, was a big turn in the game there and a big help. But since then, the defense has been good, and it's kind of taken away what Stafford was doing. Stafford just 7 of 11 for 67 yards. And speaking of sacks, Stafford has 3 sacks for 26 yards. So, I mean, come on, everybody. Let's pump the brakes a little bit. There's plenty to criticize Jalen for at times, but right now is not the time. I don't think so. I think he's having a solid game. Some of the quarterback design runs, I don't fully understand them, but when they don't work, you can't jump on it because it's part of what sets our offense up, Jalen being able to run the ball. Anthony, I saw a lot of people saying that about Verse being offsides. I don't care whether he was onside or offside, Anthony. That was an impressive play. To blow 350-pound Jordan Mailata back like that. Pretty good stuff. We'll see what happens here in the second half. Birds will get the ball, so they'll have a chance to go up 2 scores here. I was a little surprised to see Nick not go for 2 after the touchdown, after the A.J. Brown touchdown. By the way, somebody please check on that stadium worker that was facing the crowd, did not know A.J. Brown was coming behind him, and he just clapped into him and crushed him into the wall. Somebody check on that man or woman, whoever. I couldn't tell who it was, but that was intense. Somebody check on that lady. Second half getting ready to get underway. We'll see how it plays out. Everybody, thanks everybody for being here. Let me read a couple super chats before I go. James Carver, the O-line, especially the guard center guard combo, is not playing well at all, and neither tight ends are blocking. Dallas also stopped on that possible TD reception. Defense playing very well. I agree, James Carver. Good stuff, man. Caleb Brandon, reasonably good till the 4th and 7 call. Should have went slant and comeback. Agreed. I don't know what that call was there. Draw was crazy, but we look decent. Just need a little better first down calling. Just got to give it to Saquon. I say that every time. You have the best running back in the NFL. He's going to get you 4 yards, probably minimum every play on first down. You make it 2nd and 6, it's a different set of downs. I don't know why they don't default. If I'm the coach, get first down and 10, Saquon's getting the ball every time. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. But, hey, that's just me. Caleb Brandon, love how Jake's getting layups and involved major. You're right. It's going to be a key, man. They better get Jake going because late in the year, they're going to need him. Where's Silio? Elite. Yeah, we'll see what Hurts. I'm sure Sills will have something to say. Second half, by the way, kicking off, everybody. Lourdes Grace. Jalen must have a walking stick for the blind all day to throw. Jalen must have glue in his hand. Wentz was better. I'm not going that far. Brian Pumper, Jalen Hurts looks like Cam Newton post-Super Bowl, but he has no internal clock. He's a drive killer with no urgency. He looks all right. Come on, Brian. Give him, come on. And McGusto for $1.99. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate all of you guys. We'll see you after the game on the JAKIB Postgame Show coming up.